Hello, my name is Adrienne Corkill, and this is my lab for the endocrine system. I have a pretty simple drawing here of the hypothalamus, the anterior pituitary, and the posterior pituitary. Now we'll be going through these and the hormones that they secrete and how they are affected in a section for the hypothalamus, a section for the posterior pituitary, and then finally a section for the anterior pituitary. So the hypothalamus serves as the manager of the endocrine system. Most of the hormones that are released by the hypothalamus are there to stimulate the release or inhibit the release of other hormones. Growth hormone releasing hormone basically stimulates the release of growth hormone. Gonadotropin releasing hormone stimulates the release of follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. Which I will discuss later in the anterior pituitary. Corticotropin-releasing hormone stimulates the release of the adrenocorticotropic hormone, or ACTH. And then thyrotropin-releasing hormone releases or causes the release of thyroid-stimulating hormone. And then dopamine inhibits, and that one inhibits prolactin. So the posterior pituitary, located posterior to the anterior pituitary, obviously, has two main hormones. It has the antidiuretic hormone, which causes the blood to retain and the kidneys to retain water, which then makes the urine less dilute. It's also called ADH or vasopressin. And a disease caused by an issue with this is diabetes insipidus, and it's caused by an ADH deficiency or an issue with the receptors in the kidneys, which causes it to not be able to respond to ADH. The main symptoms of this are polydyspia, which is extreme thirst that is not quenched when drinking, and polyuria, which is excessive release of very dilute urine. The second hormone that is secreted by the posterior pituitary is oxytocin. It causes the letdown reflex of the mammary glands, and then cervical dilation and uterine contractions during labor. Oxytocin is released through a positive feedback loop, which means when a stimulus is there, it releases increasing amounts of this hormone until the stimulus is stopped. Both hormones of the posterior pituitary are produced in the hypothalamus and then stored in the posterior pituitary until release. And finally, we have the hormones of the anterior pituitary. The hormones of the anterior pituitary include growth hormone, which promotes the growth of body tissues. Hypersecretion of growth hormone can cause gigantism or acromegaly, which gigantism happens before the growth plates are closed, which causes extreme height and lengthening of the limbs, whereas acromegaly happens after the growth plates are closed, which then it doesn't increase height because, like I say, the growth plates are closed, but it causes enlargement of the hands, feet, and face. Next is prolactin. Prolactin stimulates the production of milk in the mammary glands. Thyroid stimulating hormone stimulates the release of thyroid hormone from the thyroid. Adrenocorticopic hormone stimulates hormone release in the adrenal cortex. Follicle stimulating hormone stimulates gamete production in the gonads, so that would be eggs in female anatomy and sperm in male anatomy. Luteinizing hormone stimulates androgen production by gonads, so that would be the testosterone in the testes and estrogen in the ovaries. And then antidiuretic hormone stimulates water resorption by the kidneys, so it prevents the dilution of urine. This can increase blood pressure and causes the urine to be more concentrated. And that is all I have. Thank you so much.